Let me ask you something. Does your mom have a custom built computer? Because my mom does. She uses it for browsing the web, doing work, storing pictures, and eventually she'll start using it for Photoshop. But this got me wondering, how does this thing handle gaming? Well, today we're about to find out.
I gotta make it, but only fake it.
Some of you might be wondering, isn't that a Dell Inspiron 531? Well, the answer is yes it was. You see, my mom bought this computer for like 20 bucks and was wondering if I could fix it up so she could use it for work. So to make a long story short, I got some of my old parts from my PC and put them in the case of the Inspiron. And voila, my mom has a computer now. And she's had it for about a few months. And she uses it pretty daily. So we're trying to see if it can really game. Pertaining to the specs of my mom's computer, we use the method that I showed in my previous video. We find out that my mom is using the MSI 760 GM P34, the AMD FX 8370 8-core processor clocked in at about 4 GHz, ATI Radeon 3000 graphics with 256 megabytes of RAM, and 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM. Now these parts aren't bad at all for a gaming computer, but my mom's computer is using integrated graphics. This means that the CPU is doing all the graphics processing on top of regular processing. Not only does this stress out the CPU, but it leaves us little space for graphics. We are going to benchmark a few games to see what this baby can do without a graphics card. First, we tested Sonic Mania. We ran the game at 1440 by 900p because that was the maximum resolution that our monitor could output. The game ran perfectly with only minor problems. It had black bars on the top and bottom of the screen because the game was never meant to be played at the 16 by 10 aspect ratio. Also, there was a bit of screen tearing, but the game ran at a solid 60 FPS throughout the benchmark. Next up, we tested Portal. At 720p with the lowest preset, the FPS was pretty unstable. We had lows of 21 to highs of 53, the lows coming from particles of portals and other such things. Overall, it wasn't a bad experience, but I wouldn't game on it. I tried running Fallout 3 on the computer, but we only got as far as the launcher. The game would not start, even on the lowest settings. Call of Duty World at War was able to run. I first tried adjusting the graphics settings and it crashed my game. Second time I started a new campaign. The game played the audio like normal, but the screen was just black. It didn't work. CSGO was barely able to run. At 1024 by 768 paired with the lowest graphic settings, we didn't even reach up into the 20s. By lowering the resolution to 800 by 600, we were able to pull a more playable 15 to 20 FPS at the cost of half our screen. Last, we had Minecraft. At 1440 by 900 with the lowest graphics options and 12 chunks, the frame rate was not the best as it kept on fluctuating. While playing, it felt decent enough to where you could barely see the frame drops. Still, it's not the best Minecraft experience on PC out there. Overall, it seems that my mom's computer is not the best thing to game on, and seeing as the games benchmarked today are relatively easy to run says a lot for this machine. Maybe my mom should stray away from gaming and stick to browsing the web. Join me next time when we try to find a suitable graphics card to pair with this computer. This has been Richard with Rin, and I'll see you next time.